This is a very secret society in which I am a member of.
Hey.
I got my name about 18 or 20 years ago. On the low end, actually, before I really got my feet wet in the game, right? And some brothers just started calling me white folks, and ever since then, it just stuck.
What is going down, world? Welcome to the 40-year-old FUQ Boys podcast. I go by the name Black Pegasus. And you guys, I don't know if you guys know this. On the low, I have this low-key infatuation with pimps. And there was this brother. He goes by the name Whitefolks. He just had an interesting pimp story because it was rare to see a white pimp ever. It's super rare, but he was official. Now, I believe this footage is from a movie called Pimps Up, Hoes Down. You know what I mean? But one of my favorite movies of all time was a documentary called American Pimp. And I am so fascinated with the pimp culture. Not all the gorilla pimp, but the whole culture of it, the smooth. Oh, before we get into it, you guys, don't forget to like, share, and comment on all of the content. But if you're really rocking with the vibe, hit that subscription button. Just hit 44,000 subs. Go on our way to 50, then 100, then a milli. Let's go. But you know who it is. It's your favorite 40-year-old FUQ boy, Black P. And let's get it. 40-year-old what? Boys are back in town. 40. Boys are back in town. 40-year-old what? Boys are back in town. The boys are back in town.
40-year-old FUQ Boys podcast. Malt liquor for your ears.
40. All right, you guys. Welcome back to the channel. We're going to get into this pimping, this ism. You know what I'm saying? The ism, spitting that game, these pimp-type game reactions. You know what I mean? This is a brother named Whitefolks. I don't know if he's around anymore. I think he might have passed away, but this story is super fascinating. So I wanted to bring it up here. I know some of y'all are like, what is Black P doing? Now, shout out to Don Wannabe. He is out in the field putting in that work. Honestly, sometimes this story of white folks reminds me of Don when we were coming up in the rap game. Because, we were coming up in like 1998. And, the whole Eminem thing hadn't really popped off at that time. So it was, it was rare to have there was white MCs, you know what I'm saying? But you know how it is when you're involved in a culture that's not your typical demographic. You stand out, and the story kind of reminds me of Don in that way. But anyways, y'all ready to come ride with the fantastic voyage? All right, we're gonna do this. Don't forget my new music video Prophecy is out right now. Check that out on the channel. Help me get some views, get the game up. My new album Love of the Game. No pimp references, but Love of the Game is on all digital platforms right now, streaming. So show some love to your boy as an artist. That would mean a lot to me. Got a lot of stuff going on the channel. All super chats this month will be going to donations for Christmas. We're going to go out into the hood and give people that need it this holiday season. We're going to have some fun with it. We're going to film it, do some stuff. You're going to see. Sprinkle me, man. Hey, but without further ado, let's get into this pimp tight shit. This is the story of Mr. Whitefolks. Y'all ready for this or what? Y'all ready for this? Yeah.
This is a very secret society. And
y'all like how you just started out? This is a secret society. He's just like, look, player, hey.
Which I am a member of. I got my name about 18 or 20 years ago. On the low end, actually, before I really got my feet wet in the game, right? And some brothers just started calling me white folks, and ever since then, it just stuck.
Oh, man, this is bringing back memories. This was an ill movie. I'm pretty sure this was Pimps Up, Hoes Down, because I don't think Whitefolks was an American Pimp, and American Pimp's a really good documentary. It's pretty ill. Now, I'm not condone, people like, there's, trafficking and da-da-da. I'm not with all that. And there, if you know the story of real Macs and pimps, they just getting their money and they working with the females, get their money. Now, you might not like the way they get their money. I just love the game. because there's something about those brothers. They got the game. Now, again, I'm not co-signing, hitting women, trafficking, gorilla pimping, like all that stuff that's I was going to say obsessive. That's excessive. I'm not, nah. But you all know it, man. All y'all was listening to Too Short. All y'all was listening to Snoop Dogg. Y'all know y'all's feeling the ism, the game. This is what they brought, man. Just look at this. The players ball stuff. White folks. Ooh, with his little chocolate sister. Let's go.
I was about 20 when I really started getting my feet wet. And really, getting this ism under my belt as far as how to communicate, how to dress.
Y'all know that ism? The ism? Y'all heard that before? Let me know in the chat, in the comments. You heard it. What's ism then? Tell me. What's the ism? What's the ism? Tell me in the chat, in the comments, if you know what the ism is.
How to finesse. But, I got educated in the hood. I feel like that was a blessing for me, being Caucasian, and to be able to come to the other side of the fence, and be accepted, and also be able to do some of the things that some of the great Macs of the past that have done. Also, to be recognized cross country. About the last 10 years, I started having a lot of white girls. One thing about white girls, they get less problems with the...
It's crazy because, this is what the game was when I was young. These called, day walkers, street walkers, night walkers. You know what I mean? They was on the streets. And, when technology came, now people go to like Backpage and now, they used to. Now it's like OnlyFans. But I didn't know all this, growing up. I just saw the documentary. It's like, wow. I live in Colorado. You ain't seeing no like night walkers like this. That just wasn't happening out here like that, But I guess they used to say Nevada in Colorado Springs, Nevada, and then Federal in Denver. They said it was going down, but I ain't never seen nothing like that. I mean, that would have stood out to me. And I used to cruise Nevada and Federal when I was young. But this was a different time. It's weird because these young dudes. I'm gonna react to a video later in the week when you see some of these young dudes talking about the game and pimping. There's this dude that I'm starting to love. His name's Sharp. You could tell he come from that real Mac, real game, real official, and he out here like doing these interviews on No Jumper, just putting it on these I call them beta pimps. This is wild, yo. Man, all right. You guys are probably like, why are you so enthusiastic to this, Black P? What's going on? I don't know, man. This was just always fascinating to me. I can't lie.
Having a lot of white girls. One thing about white girls, they get less problems with the police, They don't get that much static. Black bitch be wanting to get in the street and act stupid, be wanting to fight with the tricks and fight with the police and talk crazy and...
Yo, son. My man, I'm playing this. We've been playing this for like 2 minutes. He canceled. Cancel culture coming for him right now. They're like, no, you can't say that, player. It's for crazy because I saw a brother, meaning a black pimp. He's older, but he said this. He was doing an interview with that homie Sharp, and he said this. And I thought, now that I'm hearing this, I was like, yo, this is what he was talking about. And this is crazy, you guys. I ain't saying this. I'm saying this is what a pimp said. Okay, he said I'm gonna say 304 instead of garden tool. But he said a white 304 is gonna let you pimp, but a black 304 is gonna make you pimp. And I was like, I wonder what he means by that. Well, ding 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 ding. I think I kind of understand what he's saying. Now, the other thing is, like, it's kind of interesting. Is it did black women get targeted or profiled more than the white 304s? If y'all don't know 304, put it in your calculator, flip it upside down. It will spell garden utensil. The 3 letters. Okay. For all the people that don't know. Trying to dodge the YouTube algorithm like Neo. Hey, anyways, this is interesting.
Well, black bitch be wanting to get in the street and act stupid, you know, be wanting to fight with the tricks and fight with the police and talk crazy. And
yeah, what's up?
She can't take care of no business like that.
Damn, hate.
I think a lot of...
Don't hate on my sisters like that, player. Don't hate on my chocolate sister, baby. Queens is what you call them, pimp.
hoes is more marketable. Tricks seem to buy more pussy from a white girl for some reason. I don't think that the female...
Dude, he's talking crazy. I don't even know why I'm trying to dodge the algorithm on this one. That ain't gonna happen, so we gonna keep it real after this.
Respect the game like they once did, because there are hundreds and hundreds of thousands of renegades and outlaws.
Oh, let's go back.
That's
for y'all that don't know, we gonna learn something today. I know a little something, not much.
Females respect the game like they once did, because they're more marketable. Tricks seem to buy more pussy from a white girl for some reason. I don't think that the females respect the game like they once did, because there are hundreds and hundreds of thousands of renegades and outlaws.
So for y'all that don't know, a renegade or outlaw is a one of the females, you know, that goes and does it on their own. They don't have a pimp, right? So if you have a pimp, you know, you under his wing, he takes care of you, you know, make sure you don't get hurt. You got clothes, you have a house, you have a car, he gives you a ride to your appointments, or he has someone do that for you. So that's his job as a pimp. He collect the money, he distributes it how he wants. But a renegade how? A renegade hoe, she doing that all on her own. A renegade, what do they call renegade and independent?
That's a female that's working and doesn't have a man.
Oh, he said it. Damn, my bad.
A bitch is not supposed to be in a pimp's face unless she's chewed. First of all,
that's facts.
A bitch is not supposed to be looking at a pimp. When a pimp ride by, they're supposed to be looking at the motherfucking curb. And when she look up at a pimp, she can be broke for reckless eyeballing.
So if y'all don't know how that works, and most of y'all, if some of y'all should, maybe I'm giving y'all some game. So first of all, I asked y'all, what is the ism? Do you know what the ism is? That's what I asked y'all. You know what I'm saying? The ism is the game, right? It's the game. You know what I'm saying? It's your mojo, from what I understand. But anyways, what he was talking about right there is, you know, hold on. Is this not playing now? Hold on.
But a pimp, she can't.
So what he's talking about here is, they call it knocking a hoe, right? A pimp can knock your hoe, right? So you have your girls; those are your hoes, man. You know what I'm saying? These are their hoes, right? Now, when your girl's out there working the corner, you know, doing her thing, she's looking for tricks, Johns as they call them, Johns tricks. She's looking in their whip, looking for Johns. You know, hey, you want some of this punna? Hey, got some punna for sale. Hey, you know, she ain't saying it like that, but that's, you know, you out there dressed very scantily clad at night, walking the street in heels, looking at cars. That's what it is, right? But if a pimp rolls by and it ain't your pimp, and you look, you got to look down. You're supposed to look down or look at the curb, because he's called it reckless eyeballing. But that's a sign that I guess she ain't happy with her pimp, and he could knock her. So knocking her means like, yo, I took your bitch. You know, your girl chose me, homie. Respect the player in the game, baby. Your girl chose me. That's how you knock a hoe. That's the terminology, y'all. I'm telling y'all, man. We in here. We have school lessons of the game right now. Now, I'm not trying to disrespect the game, because I'm just outside. I'm a citizen. I ain't gonna act like I'm a pimp. But I am thoroughly invested in the pimp game. I have loved this stuff since I was young. I don't know if that's good for me or not, but hey, here we are talking about it on the YouTubes. Let's go.
Broke for reckless eyeballing. When I say reckless eyeballing, that means that she's making eye contact with the pimpin', and she may not even be with that man. You know, that's the reason why I say the game has changed. In the old days, she'd be under pimp arrest.
Pimp arrest. For looking at another pimp, you'd be under pimp arrest.
Pimp arrest was when a bitch was placed under arrest for violating rules. Subject to get broke. If she made any money, you understand, if the bitch had any jewelry, anything of value, you know, she had to automatically come up with it.
You hear that? They ain't playing, man. There's rules and regulations to this game, and you in violation. Hater, let's go.
Because she was in violation. I know it's motherfuckers that's still pimping like that.
Look at that whip. That's the rolls?
There are risks, you know, right along with any job. I mean, it's just like being a police.
Bro, pimps are, they so much money be flowing through their hands back then. Their shoes were $1,000 shoes. $1,000 shoes. I think that's a Rolls Royce. You know, I ain't like a car, what is it, aficionado. And this is kind of blurry. It's kind of pixelated, but sheesh, they was balling. Still are. The real pimps still ball. Fake pimps kind of ball too, but you know, I ain't rocking with the fake stuff.
Or a fireman, or, you know, only difference is you're hated by society. All society hates you. What I think we need to have is a million Mac march on Washington.
Yo, my man wants to have a pimping insurrection, baby. Let's go. It's getting salty up in here, man. This is like when the 90s. This is the 90s talking about a pimp insurrection. Yeah, let's get it. You know what I'm saying? We'll go on, you know what I'm saying, January 7th and sprinkle me, man. Hey.
And let's check, you understand, Bill Clinton and Hillary when they see me and Max at the gate.
Yo, son. Yo, that's right. Hillary and Billary, the Clintons, the Clinton Crime Foundation was still in full effect. How is that? I'm over here trying to get away from politics for a second. We watching a real pimp, a real Mac, and we hear like, Bill Clinton, Mr. Clinton, Mr. Bob Dole, you too old to understand the way the game goes.
What I think we need to have is a million Mac march on Washington. And let's check, you understand, Bill Clinton and Hillary when they see me and Max at the gate. And what they gonna do then?
What
Who they gonna
do?
call? Ghostbusters?
Yo, son. Yo, my man's hard, yo. Think about what they gonna do when they see us at the gate then. You know what I'm saying? January 6th, and we at the gate, baby. You know what I'm saying? Hey, make America Mac again, player. Hey. What, make America game again? You know what I mean? Make America game again, pimp. What? Yo, that was Don Wannabe, y'all, when he was 21. That was Don Wannabe, hey!
City boy! City boy!
That was that joint you was talking about the other night, wasn't it?
Yeah, the other day we was in there.
Yeah, that's right.
That was a
Yeah,
joint,
for
man.
real.
You know?
Right there on Irving Park and shit. Back as far as being Caucasian in the game, yes, I had a lot of obstacles that I had to overcome. It was very hard for me to get accepted because of what color I was and what I had chose to do. It was a lot harder for me to get accepted and get my props.
Ain't that crazy? You know, we got this white brother, right? Let's say you got like an Eminem. They're like, yo, you know, I had a lot of obstacles being white, you know, to be accepted into black culture. That's what he's saying. He's like, you know, I had to put in a lot of work to get that respect, to get that props, because essentially, you know, that not being your culture, let's say demographic, you know, to fit in or to be accepted, you know, you got to put in that work, right? Y'all heard the joke that Dave Chappelle, yo, that one white dude, you know, he's the craziest because to get in with those black dudes, he had to put in the work. Anyway, I think it's wild because, like, if we flip the coin, the other day I was talking about Ben Carson on the channel. Like, think about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe a brother like that didn't fit into the realm of, like, you know, becoming like an ill brain surgeon and being the first to separate conjoined twins. But now he's respected amongst his peers because he put in the work. He's accepted, man. He put in the work. It's just so wild to see the flip, right? Like, to go, I mean, maybe that's a weird analogy, but to see like a Ben Carson, right? Like a brother, you know, who, and maybe it's just because in the neighborhood, you don't always see like black lawyers or doctors and stuff like that. So when you see it, in your eyes, it's almost like an anomaly. Just like you see a white pimp, like you're like, oh, like stereotypically, like, oh, white dude's gonna be like this or that. It's crazy, man. But that's why I actually love America, because it's just so diversified. Diversify your portfolio, pimp. Let's go, white folks.
From the real live cross country Max. But eventually, when they saw that I was down for real, they acknowledged me and recognized me. And that's why my name now today rings all across country.
Hey, what you say about the train? Hey, cause my pimpin' is on the loose. And out in the engine, all the hoe got to do is be the motherfucking caboose, huh? Believe that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know.
He's no lyricist, but hey.
I'm always in motion just like the ocean. All the bitch got to do is come on, drink some of my Pimp's Love Potion.
You have reached the residence of Mr. Whitefolks, actor, world-renowned connoisseur, international ladies man, and professional gentleman of leisure.
What do y'all know about Mr. Whitefolks, y'all? What y'all know about Mr. Whitefolks, man? Did y'all enjoy that little history lesson? Y'all like, man, this ain't history, man. Pull up some Thomas Sowell. Pull up some real stuff that's gonna, man, this is some history, baby. American history. What do they call that? Americana, when you be shopping for antiques. Baby, Mr. Whitefolks. Anyways, I ain't gonna lie, I'm about to do some pimp stuff on this channel a little bit here and there. This is wild. Y'all probably like, what? Why? You know, if you enjoyed this conversation, let me know in the chat or the comments, first of all. Man, I have no clue. Like, I don't know, man. I have really interesting parts of my brain and things that I gravitate to. So my channel's probably pretty wild to most people. They're like, I don't get it. So who knows, man? You know, everyone trying to be like, yo, you got to do this, you got to do that. I just go with what I feel. I want to talk about Mr. Whitefolks, man. My man. This dude pimping. Anyways, I just thought it was interesting. You know, it was rare back then, and I think it's even rare now. And just seeing that old school pimpery. I don't even know how many of you guys that follow me have even been exposed to this part of the lifestyle and culture. Then this is that, you know, when you're listening to like Snoop Dogg or, you know, Too Short, they're like the people with the most notoriety for talking about like pimping on tracks, you know. And I don't know if they were really pimping in real life. I know they have game, you know what I'm saying? But yo, this was a time to remember, you guys, and times have changed drastically. But I just want to bring up the old school pimp, man. Pimpery, pimping since pimping's been pimping. Most of y'all think, you know, go back to like some Cat Williams and stuff like that. But yeah, man, I was deep into this. And honestly, man, some of this stuff influenced me coming up. I'm not going to say it was in a good way, but it did, you know, with all the red pill stuff that we talk about online, you know, the red pill space, the manosphere. This is kind of like that red pill. Like, it's like, yo, like having game, you know, because in there they talk about what game, frame, and muscle, you know, muscle, game, frame, or whatever, like, you know, getting your bread right, all these different things. But I think it's interesting how much game you could get from these Macs, you know, these dudes who are really Macs. And I remember seeing that movie, The Mac. I think it was Goldie in that movie. And it was just like, yo, girl chose me. Like, I just gravitated to that so much. I was like, wow, man. Like, how do you have these girls? And da-da-da-da. And then I saw American Pimp, and I saw Pimps Up, Hoes Down. And then I'd hear it in the music. And, you know, I was like, man, I'm going to be a pimp. You know, I want to be like, you know, the Macs and the Pimps and the Hugh Hefners and da-da-da. And I ain't saying you should glorify that or look up to that. And again, I'm denouncing because there's a very dark side of this world because, you know, there's trafficking, there's abuse, there's a bunch of stuff, you know, but I'm just telling y'all the truth. I was attracted to the game, you know. Wow, I see a dude who's really good with women. Like, you know, my first couple of females, you know, I got played by the chicks, you know, and you know, listening to the Macs and learning how to control yourself and, you know, spit a little game and be confident and, you know, even dressing like that. It's called peacocking. So you stand out. You know, all these things taught me, you know, how to get women and keep women. You know what I'm saying? And obvious, I'm not on this level. I'm not making money off of women, but there is a part of that game that fits with the red pill manosphere. And it's funny because the disconnect, this is that toxic masculinity they want to strike down. And what I'm here to say is you can pull good out of anything, being confident, being successful, having even with some of the stuff he's saying, you got, oh man, he being silly, he being this, but he's spitting affirmations. He like, girl, you gonna get this, you gonna get that. And all I'm saying is just flip it, right? You know, abundance mindset, you know, like you can have affirmations and be spitting some confidence and, you know, working on yourself and doing a bunch of things. Anyways, this was just an old blast from the past for me, you know, and I hope you guys enjoyed that. I thought it was interesting. And I'm going to bring up some other stuff because there's still Macs and pimps out there for real. You know, there's like digital stuff going on, and a lot of that ain't like real game. Like that's just dudes just, you know, like some online business stuff, and they got some females working for them and they do splits and stuff. But the game these brothers had, the Macs and the Pimps, there's a whole nother level. And some people, I don't know, man. That's a whole nother convo. Y'all let me know what you think about, you know, what you thought of this. And then, yo, P, that's messed up. These dudes were doing this. These dudes were doing that. We can have a convo about it. You know, I ain't trying to uplift some nonsense or put some, you know, negative blah, blah out there. But this was something that really, when I was young, man, I ain't gonna lie, I was fascinated by this, intrigued, so many different things. And in some ways inspired, because I remember, you know, when some of these girls broke my heart or I didn't realize the game they were playing, these brothers put me on game. And I was able to control myself and have game, man, and not get played by these chicks when I was young, which they were out there playing dudes just like they're playing dudes now. And now it's even worse because it's just not frowned upon as much. So anyways, you know, get you some of that ism, some of that game, player. Let me know what you guys think of this in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, all the content, not comments, man. You losing it, P. Don't forget, yo, my new album, Love of the Game, is out now. Nothing to do with the ism or the pimping, but Love of the Game, like on some sports, hip-hop stuff, is out now on all digital platforms. Tap in with that. Also, my new music video, Prophecy, is up now. Got a bunch of stuff coming to the channel. Going to be hitting the streets, doing some ill, you know, I wouldn't say pranks, but we're going to get in with the people for Christmas. So tap into the channel. If you want to see anything else, the recommended videos will pop up at the end of this joint. And, yeah, you know what it is. Your favorite 40-year-old FUQ boy, Black Pegasus. And I'm out of here, y'all. 40.
Thank you for being some man. 40 years down the road, back again. FUQ boy.